This is Mert Witness 1, William K. Murtaugh, and I want to touch briefly on a subject that I've been discussing with a number of associates of mine, and that has to do with a condition known as paranoid personality disorder. And I want to discuss this where it might have to do with Timothy Charles Holmseth. Now, it is opinion and a theory based on looking at his actions over the years that he might suffer from this disorder. Hard to say, can't say for certain, but it's a distinct possibility. Now, why would we consider Timothy Holmseth prone to this particular disorder? Well, it's the symptoms. Now, some of the symptoms of paranoid personality disorder are as follows: believing that others have hidden motives or are out to harm them. Now, Mr. Holmseth believes that everyone is out to assassinate him. They're out to kill him. He even says that the Vice President of the United States came to Minnesota to plot his assassination. And because of that, this is a primary symptom. He's gone out of his way to say that people want him dead, they want him killed, so on and so forth. He's been doing this since back in 2008, 2009, before even the book that he published where he states emphatically that there are people out to kill him because he has all the answers to the Haley Cummings case. And then we come to the doubting the loyalty of others. Now, over the years, there are people that have come to his side to try and help, and he stays with them to a point, but eventually he leaves them behind in the dust. A recent example of this is Chad Cater, who tried to steer him in the right direction. Tim Holmseth made a rather scathing video condemning the person for trying to get him on the right path, get him away from those who are enabling his aberrant behavior with no success. And anybody that goes against what he believes in, he considers as part of the problem. They're out to get him, they're out to kill him, and so on. And this brings us to being hypersensitive to criticism. Another example. If you try and criticize Holmseth for his actions, give him even constructive criticism, you're automatically made a pedophile, you're part of the deep state, you're part of this problem that the task force has been created to alleviate. Having trouble working with others. Another symptom. Well, he got fired from being a janitor because of reasons to do with that job. He had a job with a local newspaper. He lost that job. He's had a very difficult time in the employment sector because he always seems to do something that causes him to get fired. And then when he does, he sues everybody. So, another symptom, being quick to become angry and hostile. Well, that's obvious. Was angry with Chad Cater over him talking to the plaintiff in the court case against Timothy. And he's been hostile towards others. It's just the way he is. If you criticize Tim Holmseth, you're going to incur his wrath. There just seems to be no way for him to take any accounting for mistakes or even to admit a mistake. Very difficult to criticize. Becoming detached or socially isolated. Yeah, he's done that. He basically skipped out on his trial. He's holed up in the basement of a house. The only company he has are his enablers. As far as I know, he doesn't do any socializing. He doesn't go out for entertainment purposes or anything. His life is his conspiracy theories. Being argumentative and defensive. That's a given. Just about everything that Tim Holmseth does is argumentative and defensive. You can't shake him off this belief that he's a media spokesperson for Donald J. Trump through this pedophile task force. This is absolute fantasy. Anybody with any common sense knows it's fantasy, but trying to convince Tim Holmseth of that is nearly impossible. And this brings us to the next symptom, and that is having trouble seeing their own problems. Tim Holmseth doesn't seem to think he has a problem. He seems to think that this is an important investigative reporter. He's uncovered all these clues. He's best buddies with the president and first lady. He's a member of the super duper important pedophile task force run by the Pentagon. And someday everybody around him that criticizes him is going to get arrested, executed, put in jail, what have you. That's where he's at on that one. As far as having trouble relaxing, I really never see him relax. In his videos, he's fidgety, disheveled. He rarely dresses properly. He dresses in raggedy old clothes. He's been dressed in pajamas. Just doesn't relax. And that's basically all I wanted to cover, is that there's an increasing number of people that think that he is paranoid. It's, in the realm of schizophrenia. And it seems that he's exhibited this behavior since he was very young. So, again, this is just an opinion. He may not be. He just may be a jerk, for all we know. This is an attempt to explain his erratic behavior, but maybe there is no explaining it. He's just plain weird and a jerk and doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself. And so with that, this is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1. Have a good one.